So, first question. Bass Memento. No. Bass Cross has already been done before. We want to do original form, so no Bass Memento here. New sound font? Yes. Actually, I let my music... Actually, how about I leave that question to the musician, because he'll explain to you better. So, actually, someone keep track on Skype. Put that down on, like, put that down on a log here. Which question?
Okay, so I'm gonna mute the thing since you guys are getting some sort of static, and then you're just gonna write my answer then.
Yeah. So when
okay.
Correct. There's a lot of questions. Wow.
Okay. Well.
All right then. Hold it, people. Let me scroll the log for a second. Is there a Starman Memento? No, I don't want to say that. I think we'll have better. I think we'll have different choices. Like, we don't want to have like all the mementos possible, especially since we have to keep up an elemental balance. Wow, you guys are really asking the questions away. Holy shiznit.
Zero EXE. I knew someone was going to ask that.
No, there will be no Dark Mega Memento. I'm sorry, people. No, we have to keep an elemental balance here, and we can't have too many forms because then we won't get the game done. So yeah, no Dark Mega Memento.
Kung Fu Cutman?
What?
I don't know. Oh. Yeah,
Okay. Hold on. Starting from Blue's 98th question, I'm gonna answer every question down. So if you have how to answer your question, then repost it. Memento replace the previously locked. Yes. Freeze Memento does replace Shark Memento. We decided to be a better choice.
Yeah.
And yes, Preacher, you're recording apparently as according to Procaster. Holy crap! Still a lot of questions.
Yeah. It keeps going and going and going.
You guys brought back Soul's original music. It says UK music. Okay, Adelaide Lover. We actually made a new sound font that sounds more akin to the real Banner games. The music you heard in Dark Megafy was actually a test of that. So if you guys like that one really much, really a lot, like that a lot, we will use that for the whole game. Actually.
Yeah. What did you guys think of that? Did you like the sound font or?
I personally liked it. I don't know what they all think, but...
Okay, cool.
Okay, so it seems to kick ass. Okay, that'd be nice to know.
All right, nice. All right, cool. Guess I'm keeping the sounds.
MC Hammer Bros question. Is Mega Man now pure since that dark stuff moved him completely? Well, I mean, it's a toss-up. Even if it's removed from him, it's like, it's part of it. It's like a source. It's like if I take something from you, it's a projection. But not necessarily projection. It's there, but you see it in front of you. But it always has a place inside your body. So you're not really pure in a sense. Who's that? When's that your door?
Is what my door? What?
Whose door was that? I heard like a click sound. Anyway.
Oh, that was probably my chair. I leaned back.
Yes, Omega Star Force. That boss theme is just for Dark Mega. We'll have different soundtracks for other parts. Of course, it won't really matter because we'll probably release on the soundtrack as like downloadable in the future. You guys just download, listen to it whenever you want to.
I'll be uploading some tracks to YouTube too. So,
will it be Kuch Kurei's question? Will it be bonus achievement gates in extra dungeon like in other banner games? Yes, we'll have all that junk. We gotta have that. It's necessary. It's pretty much necessary for having a full banner game. Glide Memento. Will you be able to fight Glide? No.
Will you be able to? That's funny. I just saw that. Glide. I personally think that Glide shouldn't even be in the Battle Network series. He's like the biggest waste of space. That's my hate for Glide, though.
So many questions about returning characters.
Yeah.
Could there possibly be returning of Kid Grave and Gospel? Well, I don't see Gospel having much of a role in our plot. Same as Kid Grave. Kid Grave was like the costume of Sheen, and then I think after that his usefulness kind of expired. It wasn't much point in having him there. So someone like a scientist would have more of a shot because each scientist, they have more points. I guess they have more of a point to be there than the kid. Will the old bosses make a return? Well, which old bosses are you talking about? Is Bass making appearance? Yes, of course.
Hub Memento? I don't think so.
Yeah, we actually have an ultimate Memento.
And it's most definitely not Hub?
Yeah, I call it King Memento, but it's like the ultimate form, basically in a sense. But I'm not going to say what it is. You get that you get that when you fight Darth Mega in Chapter 4. You get it for the whole fight. I'm just going to say. I'm not going to say what it is, but you will get your ultimate form.
Oh, people are agreeing with the glide. Oh, my chat just spammed.
Yes, Viper. That's what I call it. It's not the real name, but I call it like that because I like the name. How long will the post game be? The whole game itself will probably be as long as Diamond League 3, if not longer. So I can't really give an hour estimate. Hard for me to say.
Yeah. How many gigachips? We don't know how many we're going to have yet, or we don't know which ones are going to be in there yet. We haven't really decided that yet.
Will Bannerlord bosses make a return? Some bosses. Well, depends on which bosses you're asking. Will secret area be at ChronoX? Yes, there will be a secret area. Does that mean is there going to be unlockable mementos at BG game? Actually, how it's going to work is the first memento will be mandatory. All the others you have to find, but you'll get hints as to where they are. So how powerful you are will determine how much you search. Will it be in Demo 4? Well, let's put it this way. We can put in extra content, but I think at this point we're focusing on just getting the story done, because if we put in extra content, you guys are going to have a bit more of a delay, and you know, yada, yada, yada. So we're really focusing on story. If there's room for secret content, if there's enough time, we'll consider it. Crossover PA, like Tyrant's question, will we have any kind of crossover PA like Mastercross? Yes, there'll be. Wait, like Mastercross? There might be something actually, a similar PA like it, but I won't say what it is. Does that mean it's going to be in Elementals? Elec lovers, most of the mentals are hidden, so you can find them whenever you want. Ronnie and Regal are making an appearance. I haven't decided if they will make an appearance. Crap, there's way too many questions. I need to go back up again.
Yeah, these questions just keep going and going and going.
It's endless. Anyway,
I seem to recall someone asking a question about Scene earlier that we missed that.
Anyway, yeah, I'm sorry, guys. If I miss a question, I'm going to miss it. There's a lot of questions here for me to look at. Wally and Regal make an appearance? Most likely, although I haven't figured it out. Maybe I have. Maybe I just want to say it. But you know, hey, I don't want to say yes. I don't want to say no exactly. How many mentors are planned? What happened?
What? No, I was just going to say there's one up there that says, which software do you use to compose the music?
All right, guys, listen. I'm going to let Solred take over and answer this question really quick, then I'll get back to answering all your questions. So Solred needs a chance to answer something. So Solred, take it away.
Alrighty. There's one up here. Let's see here. That says, what software do you use to compose music? I use GarageBand, actually. Most people think that GarageBand is just for loops. It's not. Let's see here. Will there be online battles? Maybe. It depends, I guess, if that can be swung. Originally, we were going to look into that, but then our programmer ran into some issues with the way GameMaker was put together internally. So, yeah, I'm going to have to say it depends to that. Let's see, where am I here? How long until you guys make an Android version? Well, I guess the answer to that would have to be whenever it gets done. I mean, you know, the PC version is priority, of course, and the Android version is going to be, you know, it's going to take some redesigning to get it to run fast. I mean, you saw in the video, it's kind of laggy. Hold on with the questions, guys. You guys are, I mean, this is awesome that you have so many questions, but
they're just going way too fast.
Yeah, we can't keep up.
Wait, hold on. Someone asked a question real quick that we should answer. It's like, Elect Lover says, are Land and Mail going to do it? No, they're not. They're not.
They're not? I thought they were.
No, they're not.
Oh, damn it! I don't want to develop for this game anymore.
I know.
I'm leaving.
There's the end of the story.
Okay.
I know you were kidding. I just wanted to answer it.
Yes.
Well, it's not even just like everyone else is answering questions.
Okay. You know what? All right, let's see. Question.
There's a question: how big will the chip library be? That we haven't really decided that one yet because we still have viruses yet that we're going to put in the game, and we've still not decided which viruses will be in and what navies will be in there. So we really can't say how big the chip library will be.
Let's see. There's one here that says, "Will there be music in the demo other than the shown ones?" Of course. There's going to be, I'm working on right now on redoing all the tracks in the new sound font. So, provided that everybody else doesn't get all their stuff done, much, much, much faster than I do, you'll probably hear that new sound font for all the tracks. Will you keep this clean? Teo EXE says, will you keep this clean and true to the original games? Yeah, that's our goal. Our goal is to keep everything as close to the original game as possible, but while at the same time not just sort of copying everything. We want to keep things original, at least to some degree. We want to keep the gameplay as close as possible to the original, but we don't want to just be like a clone or anything like that.
Guys, what do we leave off at?
Take your pick. Any of the questions. We're just kind of picking and choosing based on the ones we happen to see.
Yeah, they're all going really.
All right.
What do you mean by minigame?
Gamer. See, I don't know.
It really just depends on your definition of minigames, because I could consider the dungeon stuff maybe minigames or not. If you're talking about the gambling thing from Battle Network 3, then that's different, obviously, but Elect Lover asks, what can we do to help with production? We really need help with spriting. I think that's it. Isn't that right?
Yes, spriting, but if you don't have that capability, you can just post on the forum. It gives us motivation to continue.
Yeah, the forum too, actually.
Yeah, if you just go into the forums and posting and showing your love and stuff like that really helps us. Not necessarily stay on track, because we're going to stay on track either way, but like Killer said, it's going to give us even more motivation than we already have.
Like the chopping thing in Battle Network 5. I don't really know anything about the Colonel story from Battle Network 5 because I played Proto Man, so I don't know what the chopping thing is.
Well, the chopping thing was in End City, where you go into the tower and you have to use the wood sword.
Oh, okay, yeah, I gotcha. There was something like that in Proto Man too. All right.
You can post on the forums. If you post on the forums, it gives us more motivation to work harder. So it's like if we see people posting and showing interest, it really helps us. It really does. You might not think about it, and it seems like something small, but it really helps when everyone pitches in. Or as Reborn follows it, spread the word. Because hey. At Cross 9. I'm gonna say inconclusive. I'm determined right about now. We just put that on there, see if we could get it, and we actually got something. So they said, okay, we'll just have this on here. I guess if all goes well, maybe. But for now, we don't know at this point. We're just focusing on the PC version. Okay, I guess it's Max Rock said. Yes, Gustabidi. When will a new demo be available? I guess this is the elephant in the room at this point. We're looking at a January release, honestly. If all goes well, and we don't have to put in too much extra stuff or fix too many things, we're looking at a January release. Maybe early February, but that's how it's looking right now. So yeah. Marvin's question. Okay, Tommy will answer Marvin's question because he knows the history better than I do. Oh yeah.
I didn't even see the question. Where was it?
It was HP Marvin said, how did this get started? And
oh, okay.
Kyle, it's hard to say because, if we could get new spurs, the progress could jump exponentially. And if we lose some, it go down a lot. So it's way too many variables for me to like calculate an estimated time.
Yeah, from what I understand, the basic engine is more or less put together. We just have to, our programmer just has to put together the rest of the story, and of course he needs us to provide him with the resources to do that. So
Yeah. Teo asked about the amount of time to finish this. Do you mean to finish the project or to play through the game and all of its content?
I'm assuming he means development.
I'm assuming that too, but if so, then it really just depends. But, well, actually, we really don't know for both of them, but...
Oh, here's a good one. Can Storog be a playable character?
No.
What do you guys have to say about that?
No.
That would be awesome. I would approve that, but he's a box. He can't move, so I guess that wouldn't really work.
No, there's gonna be a Storog soul that you can get. All you have to do is
Kyle.
all you have to do is pay us $50, and then we'll email it to you.
All right, we're going to ask you guys a question. Yes, we're going to ask you guys a question because the Q&A doesn't specify that we have to take questions. We can give them too. I want to ask you guys one question. What system would you like to see ChronoX on?
Oh, don't ask that.
System, console. All right, I know what they're going to say, but I want to hear the answers. You heard me. Yes, Shogu, and Electro, I'll be answering your questions, but I want to ask, what system do you think ChronoX will be on? What do you want it to be on? Other than PC and
Other than the Game Boy Advance, 3DS, a lot of people want it on the GBA or the DS. Someone said Wii. Murphy said Wii. That actually sounds interesting.
Wii is interesting. We'll see what we can do with that. GBA is probably not possible. I don't know.
I would actually play it if it were on Wii.
I think
GBA, if it's for the DS and GBA, forget about it. It's not happening. It's just like Max says.
The 3DS, I don't really know much about the 3DS. I just got it, but that would be interesting, I suppose. Just
you heard about Max. There isn't a GML compiler for Wii, so you can't try anything on the Wii. Certainly. There's still time. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. We'll
yeah, look, we're going to be working on this game for a long time, so anything's possible, really. Hopefully not for, forever or anything like that, but...
Yeah. Someone said something about the Xbox Arcade. I don't know about that.
I don't know. Again, PSP, maybe. It's possible, I guess. I don't know. There might be a chance on that. Yeah. Okay.
They had the Yo-Yo Games, which
I've got 16 games on my 3DS.
Of Game Maker. They started a while back on a PSP runner for Game Maker games, but they did stop working on it, I think, when they started going all out for HTML5 version of Game Maker, so it kind of got thrown in a corner.
All right, so DS, GBA, not possible. 3DS, very doubtful. PSP, possible, but the compiler needs to finish for that. For Wii, not possible at the moment, but we'll see. Again, time could tell.
Maybe the next Wii, the Wii U or whatever it's called, but...
Yep, that's Max says. Now for the homebrew. So currently, 2DS port is impossible, I guess. Again, but hey, there's time. Time will tell. Time will tell if it'll be good later.
Will Dex do something useful? What, as in, I don't know, what is useful?
As in, more useful than providing a really easy opening battle for land?
I think that he helps out enough, because I'm thinking about Network 3, though, because there was that one time where you're about to be crushed by that rock in the undernet, but then again, that is Getsman who comes in and saves you, but I still count that as Dex, too. But I
guess so.
He's always been useful whenever it's convenient for the plot, but other than that, he's just kind of useless. I think, anyway. Just like Glide.
All right, so guys, we will try to make ChronoX the hardest game in the series. What is your opinion on this?
Hardest game in the series? No, Glass, you can't ask us more stupid, idiotic questions.
Are the bosses going to be just as hard as Sirius from Star Force 3?
Well, not all of them. No, there has to
But
be some
it's
kind.
hard.
There has to be some kind of difficulty curve here. I mean, you can't just start off with evil difficulty. You have to build up to it, you know. But I mean, even the build-up can be a little bit challenging. You just don't want to start off with evil right away. That's not a good game design at all.
Yeah, you have to build up in difficulty. Like Raven, the first time where he's like not Gutsman easy, it's most definitely not the same as most normal first bosses, and then Rift gets a lot more challenging.
Don't forget, you're comparing a secret boss to storyline bosses. I mean, think about it. There has to be some kind of build. There has to be a build up here to
Yeah, that is true.
You can't just like I'm gonna have boss with 5,000 HP, have super armor, and unkindable. No, you gotta build up. A hard mode, we'll see, because I mean, Max is one programmer, and editing all that code variables just to get like hard difficulty would be a pain. We'll see though.
Someone asked about a Star Force reference. I really don't know what to say to that, Killer. Have you guys played the third demo? Who was it who asked about the Star Force reference? There's one in the third demo if you didn't see it. Dr. Stellar?
Yeah, Professor Stellar is basically the very distant ancestor of Kelvin Stellar from Star Force series. So I
There's
mean,
one. Sorry, go ahead.
it's not his grandfather. It's like a.
Yeah, there's a time jump, but there's relationship.
Is it
going to be like Battle Network style batter or Star Force? It's Battle Network.
Is it going to be another concept for Navi or something game? At Lex Level, we have no plans this time of another contest, but there could be another contest, but we just don't have it in mind at the moment.
I could think of a need for another contest, just not for a Navi, like what we did with the BBS thing. But I don't think Navi is necessary.
Good. Okay, a Bundren. Will there be a Bowtie Cyclist? My personal thing is the game should be about Mega Man. The game should be, it's Mega Man's game, let's keep it about him. That's my whole thing. Plus, that's just more problems, complications. Like, can we use this? When it comes to Mega Man, we're actually good because fair use and Capcom won't actually go after you for making a Mega Man fan game. If we start including all these other characters, we're just gonna run into more problems than it's worth. That's just my opinion now. I'm not a lawyer, so don't quote me on a lot of problems. Don't quote me on this. Let me see here. Whose question is? Yes. Prof. Can you customize your homepage? Currently, we have plans that you'd only be able to customize as much as previous Nightmare games allow you to. So, at Demo 4, speaking of Demo 4, no. Are there plans for future customization? I don't know. I mean, that's just something we never really thought about because it's just a lot of, it's more work than we necessary. But again, it's something to think about later. It's open to be thought out later. It's not necessarily something we're dismissing, but it's not something we're completely accepting currently either. Can there be a reference to the Navis that didn't win the contest? I don't know. I mean, there might be something small, like a little text item somewhere.
Possibly. Mega Man asked, speaking of the BBS, will those quests be playable in the next demo? I don't know the answer to that, Killer.
Wait, hang on. I'm trying to read these questions here and it's getting kind of...
Mega Man asked about the BBS. Will those be in the next demo?
That's hard to say because, again, we're focusing on the story rather than the secret extra content. If there's time, we'll probably might have time to put it in. But we already had to delay a lot as it is, so we'll see. How big will the overall map be? Will it be able to revisit placement paths, or is there only new areas? Well, I mean, Show Goku Zaro, I mean, this mix of both old and new. If Central is also an area that is an area that you get to go to, but it has a new design. So I don't know where you want to take that. If the new being new design or old being just old design. That's hard to say. Will it be full synchro like in BN3? Well, BN3...
You have it in the battle, but you don't have, I think what he means is the chair things or whatever, where Land and Mega Man fused at that
was like some kind of pulse system. I don't even know.
Yeah, that was they referenced full synchro throughout the beginning because like they started it in 1 where Lan and Mega Man's heart were put in sync, but like the full synchro thing never really took major effect until like 4 when it was introduced in battle.
Okay. I think I ignore Ron Falls' question because there's so many others. What about Cactus Man? Are you going to include the cactoball virus, /PA? Again, it's something we don't really know yet because there's a lot of chips, and we want to have a lot of mix of old chips that hasn't really been brought to attention, like Totem, as mixed as new chips that we want to include on our own. So something like Cactus Ball, we have to really think about if we want to have it in a game because we don't want to have too many chips because then that's the pain to hunt later. You know, it's all about balancing. It's hard to say at the moment, but maybe Cactus can have a cactus-like attack, but we'll see.
How does Bass fit into the story? That's a secret that you'll have to find out later.
Yeah, we're not going to say anything about that. I'm not going to say anything about that. We're going to play his other Navis like in later games. It's undecided. Currently, we're making the game only for Mega Man because, again, it's his game, his story, his adventure. There might be room for other Navis, but it's not something we're putting on our main list. You know, again, main list is getting this game pretty much done. Something like an extra Navi play with something like a side content thing, which we're thinking about. But hey, I'm not dismissing it, but I'm not accepting it either. Next question. Saber, yes, you probably should because I had to give it to 337 because of a stupid lag problem. But anyways, yeah, give it to 337 a mod. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, we realize that there aren't very many grass chips in the demo right now. We're working on getting the chips in, so we don't.
When you think of it this way, it has to be a point where it has to. It's not a full game here. It's a part. It's a piece, just to show you that we're working and that we're going to get this done. That's really all it is. It's not meant to have too much stuff. But it's meant to be. It's meant to be amazing for, I guess, a demo or for banner purposes. We can make a boss like a virus with phases. Actually, hey, I want to ask you, Gusabiri. Well, you know how Dark Mega, he went Dark Invisible, right? Or he needs to win to his next phase. Yeah, there's going to be bosses. There's going to be bosses that have different phases. Like if you reduce a certain amount of HP, they won't go to like phase 2 or 3. Like how Kingman had Plan B and Plan B again, or Plan A, I think it was. So yeah, bosses will have phases. Abundance. There will be advancement. Well, by advancement, we mean advanced by character development. And as you know, it does have a little bit to do with the concert, but that's only a piece of the pie. One thing I want to do is give the characters overall more character development, and give everyone a bit more depth as opposed to Bannock series. Their depth was like about as interesting as sandpaper, really. Lan's personality was not that interesting, I have to say. So I might give them a bit more depth and a bit more character than the series did. They won't go out of character, but I mean, I just want to expand a bit. That's something I think I should do better. Actually, I won't say yes or no because again, something like characters that reappearing is something that I haven't even thought out to myself yet. I'm just like, let me get the main line done, and any extra stuff like all those little side stuff or references I haven't even thought about yet. Like Change Sprite, well, I mean, Dark Mega got darker. We went to Dark Invisible mode, so I mean, he'll have a bit of a change of sprite, but nothing is going to require a lot of work. I mean, that's just.
MC Hammerborough asked if Proto Man and Chad will appear.
Yes, I mean, hey.
This is Battle Network. Can you think of a game where they haven't been in it? I mean, they'll be in it.
I haven't given a date when you're trying to finish the whole game. If you're asking for a demo, I've given around January, early February, possibly, assuming there's glaring problems. But yeah. What Mega bosses and things like that? They're about to. There will be very late in the game. There will be like bosses that have like a super form, and you have to take them down. Kind of like Omega bosses in Me and 3, but they won't be Omega. They'll be different. I won't say what, but you'll have some kind of super form of bosses to take down later. And let me go back to Tyler's questions up there. Okay, that's not one question. I already answered Alex's question.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm actually out of questions to answer. Will it be the boobies? I demand the boobies.
Do you think this game will be any different since it's not being developed by Japan? Well,
feeling different? That's a good question. I will try to keep it as much as the Bannerik feel as you can. Bannerik feel as you know it by English standards, the American standards, like how you know it there. That's because ultimately that's our audience, the Americans. The Americans, anyone who speaks English. So, I mean, we're going to keep it to that feel. I haven't played Japanese games myself, so if there's any text difference, I wouldn't know about it, and I probably wouldn't try to emulate anyway, because again, it's Japan. It's when we're supposed to look for American audience here, or American English-speaking audience.
can we hint at the final boss? No, we cannot do that.
We will not, because it will just blow too many minds, and I'll be responsible for murder and go to jail. Okay, I'm not doing that.
Here's a thought for one. Oh, no, it's screwed up.
Mr. Beatty, I think that'd be much of a pain. Like, if you were slowed down, it'd be like playing it on the Android, playing ChronoX on the Android. It'd be like a pain, like trying to just get to
Yeah.
in other words, like, no source code for you. I have a question. Now that I think about it, will previous final bosses return? No. We'll have our own final bosses. I mean, you know.
Yeah, that kind of makes me think of the secret ending for, actually it's not really even the final boss, but the secret ending for Star Force 3 whenever, what's his name? Apollo Flame returns. That was just, I thought that was stupid.
Oh, Trollard. Is Darth Vader ChronoX different from, yes, he actually is different. Character-wise, he's different, and battle-wise, he's different. As you saw in the battle, he has different phases and pulls out a lot of stuff to try to hit you. And Darth Mega is going to get retuned later in the full game. He's going to be even harder than DSH was playing it. It was just like, he's hitting me, and I'm not even going to be able to dodge. But yeah, he'll be different, and different character-wise, too. Like, he'll have more of a role.
Yeah, Darth Mega's role in this game is much more,
Involved.
has much more of an impact than in previous games where, especially in Battle Network 4, where he just showed up at random times. Well, not really random times, but whenever someone called the darkness from him. This time, well, I don't know if I can really say anything.
Yeah, this time Darth Mega is like, I'm going to mess you up. Let's do this. Remember my question of ice scribbles. Mega Man acquire armor for his body. The only power system we have is Memento. So I mean, I guess we can.
Yeah. Kingdom and Land beating enemies with the stick. That was funny, I will admit.
It would be a rubber band AI boss. Get stronger if you get stronger. Well, I mean, nah, because we're gonna cater bosses to how your strength should be at this point. So it's like there's really no need something like that. The bosses that get really hard later on should be enough a challenge for any veterans who play the series. Because we're making the game's difficulty overall harder. So it's like, not something, not in the beginning it won't be so hard that you can't do it. It'll just be a reasonable challenge. And then as you get to like a secret area, they'll just be like, this is so freaking hard, man.
It'll be ridiculous. Yeah, I can see people like dying, well, maybe not constantly, but you'll die and then you'll be like, oh, well, now I have to come up with a new strategy. Yeah. Someone said something about Darth Mega being more involved. I don't really know much about how involved he is from stream because I never watched that. But yeah, he will be much more involved in the plot.
Okay, Bug Fries make a return. Yes, they'll make a return, and they'll probably more plot-related things about yes, actually there'll be a scene that shows you hints about when something happens. And now for Saber's question, how would you describe the overall feel emotional plot? Well, the emotional plot is actually a bit heavier than the games. It's actually a bit heavy. Not something that's not BN like, but it's a bit heavier and it's a bit more like, if you don't do this, then the world really is going to go to hell. Can you reach out now if you lose? Well, no, you just blow up your save file. I don't see much of a reason. It's not dark and I wouldn't say dark and edgy, but it's like it's a bit more serious. I wouldn't go too edgy. It'll have some things in it that might push the boundaries of BN a little bit. That push the boundaries of Bannerik storylines a little bit, but nothing like goes completely out there that you won't even be immersed anymore. You know what I mean? What is your tolerance? Well, Kyle, generally, there's a bit of conditions because if we're like trying to replicate a map, then there's different thresholds. Maybe I should let Wins explain it.
Have me explain what?
Tyler's question. Super Kid, I can't give you an hour estimate. That's way too many hours.
I just lost. Hold on. I just lost the chat. I lost internet for a minute, so I don't know what the question was.
It says, what is your tolerance for what you will allow from spriters? I ask because many fan games have sprites that look way too similar to official sprites.
Well, all right. The tolerance from the sprites, I've had a lot of my sprites be rejected before whenever I was trying to join the team because they were like, oh, hold on a second. All right, sorry about that. I lost internet and then I was getting a lag. But I had a lot of stuff rejected whenever I was trying to join the team because it was too many edit or you could tell the base and all that stuff. What tolerance is, we want to make it so that you can't tell that if it's from a base, if it's not scratched, and if we use a base, we want to edit it so that it looks like it's not from a base. We want to edit it to the point where you can't tell what it was before.
Yeah, that's the ideal. But I mean, some point we want to make it look like we referenced this part, so we might even make the base a bit identifiable. I mean, hey.
Yeah. That's
the ideal.
Yeah, and then there are things though that you can only edit so much. Like with the mementos, obviously that's going to be based off of Mega Man recolored, and then with additional parts put on, like they did with the crosses and the souls and whatnot. There's only so much you can do with Mega Man power-ups like that.
Okay, now read my father's question. If Raven stole darkness and Riven stole light, well, no, Riftman stole electricity, guys. He didn't steal light. He stole something like electricity. That's if you make a connection of yin and yang, then I'm saying your connection is unfounded. It's just how it is. How many more demos do you expect? Well, fourth demo will be the final public demo, and then we're gonna be like working on the game like out on secret in ourselves until we release the full game to you guys. Yeah, so really, fourth demo is the last public demo. So yeah, we're gonna make it awesome. Elect Lover, is there going to be crossover with the Mementos, like Quick Cross with Freeze Memento? No, one Memento is enough. I think if you have any more, you're gonna be overpowering yourself, and it's just gonna be ridiculous. You don't need all that.
I kind of don't see that. That just kind of seems silly to me because Battle Network never really did that. That was a Star Force thing. Okay,
Sanger Bay. Is it going to be multiplayer compatible? Yes, it's going to be multiplayer compatible. We're working on it, but right now the story mode is taking precedence. Does the title signify anything that heads in the plot? Yes, actually, if you can identify it. The Colonel is like a chronicle of sorts. So it's like if you know in Chapter 1, the plot was referencing parts from each different games. So if you can if you have the brain, you can like figure out, okay, it's going to be referencing parts from each part of the games. Plot-wise, it's like, well, this happened, this happened here, and how does it tie into something even bigger than all that? So yeah, it uses the backstory of Banner to tell its story, and then uses that to even go even further and tell something even bigger.
Glassman asked about reference to internet memes.
Maybe like on like a BBS board or something. I don't know. Maybe a humor program kind of thing.
If you look hard enough, there will most likely be some references, intentional or not.
Well, at Murby, we're planning at least 5 mementos. I won't say what they are, but we plan at least 5.
At least one for each element. You have the 4 basics and then null. So.
Yeah, it might be more, but again, at least 5 is our goal. We might have more, but we might have less. No, we can't have less. 5 is our minimum.
Could you explain mementos? Basically...
Wondering, yes, there will be number trader. Yes, there will be chip trader.
Oh, yeah. The mementos basically, it's like, in a nutshell, it's basically the new soul, it's basically double soul or crosses in a nutshell. Mega Man,
Murby, yeah, actually, no, let me finish. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm sorry, but I absolutely finish. I'll answer Murby's question when you continue.
Basically, it's just the style changes. There's like really nothing to explain that I can really say that wouldn't give away plot details. So right now, just see it as like style change or crosses or whatever that you choose before you start the battle. Well, you choose in the the screen pause menu before you go running around and all that stuff.
Okay, I scribbles. What's the match chips you will have in the game? We're gonna have it over 200 because there's over 200 standard chips. I won't say how many ticket chips or mega chips we'll have because we're not totally sure that yet. But hey, over 200. Murby, switchable elements like slash. Well, no, Murby, they will return. Like I'm not saying you necessarily have access to mementos detailing those elements. Like the bosses could have those elements, and you might not. But again, we'll have to see. They are returning, but if he extended what they're returning is questionable.
Matt asked about the standards for Navi to have a memento. Personally,
Hey, I want to get that question, but I want to answer second base. Are you going to bring about the add function undetermined yet? There might not be room for it because if you have, if you know, Banner had like this Navi customizer part where it had full custom, number. I think it was called number open. Yeah, you get 10 chips in the screen, so there's no room for ads if you did that. And then you had your side beast button, so there was like no room for an ad function. So it's undetermined at this point if we want to bring an ad, if we want to have all the stuff. Anyways, what your stands for Navi to have memento in it? A memento just means if you look at the video or if you looked at that page on our site, we had a page that explained what memento really was. The picture had a huge picture. So basically, it just has to be really memorable. So something like Freeze Man was like the head natty boss of Gospel. He was like, oh snap, this guy is really bad. This guy's really badass, So it's like, okay, let's have this dude here. Well, obviously we can't have every natty be memento because that'd be overloading the game, and that's just hell. Yeah, Kyle, exactly. He was so put. Basically, we put that's a censorship area. When he tried to explain what memento was, boom, censorship. Yeah.
Cross fusion, possibly. No, I don't think we have any plan for cross fusion just because that was not in the game so far. That was anime exclusive. So that
fusion was like, it just seems so much like a thing that doesn't really tie into much.
I really thought it was kind of.
Oh, it is. Who's that? I got it up. Mute your microphone. I got this. Okay, does Ryan get a PT upgrade? Yes, he does. ChronoX has his own little upgrade thing. Let's level up the side Bs. The side Bs won't really be turning in our plot. I mean, they'll be in the statue in central area like they were in 6. But I mean, they served their purpose. They're done.
They were deleted and they won't be coming back.
Will it be a hidden area in the internet like in other series where past? Yeah, there'll be a secret area where you have all that junk. You have all the secret stuff. You have the secret bosses that are ridiculously overpowered viruses. Yada yada yada. Okay.
Who did the pics of Pirate Man and Cactus Man?
That was our artist. Actually, wasn't it? I think, yeah, okay. Kaguri-san did the Pirate Man picture. He was like one of our artists back in the day. And Buku Buka, I think, did Cactus Man. Correct me if I'm wrong, Max. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But I think Buku Buku did Cactus Man. So he did that one.
I personally like both. I actually like all the artwork that we have for our characters.
At Sagna Bay, what is folders given at the start of the game based on player style? Well, no, because again, the point of Bound is to build one of the points of Bound is to build your own folder based on how you play. You build it how you want to. So giving you a folder based on that kind of defeats the whole purpose of customization. It's all about, it's your freedom. You choose what you want to put in your folder. And you run with it. So giving you a folder is like taking that away from you, in my opinion. Any other questions, people? I think we answered all the questions.
What if you made a change to design, option to change the design in Lands XP? That's extra stuff.
Yes, Midnight, you did help making Cactus Man. I'm sorry, I forgot you. We have a lot of stuff going on here. Billy, I believe I answered when I said prof, like we weren't sure yet.
Yeah.
As much customization as much in the previous Boundary games. We're not sure if we want to make it that much yet, but we're not dismissing it either. Again, it's something we can think about later. Did you release all the pictures submitted in the Cricket Spawn game? I haven't seen the link of all the pictures. No, we haven't released it yet. We just released the winner for Cactus Man, which is the contest. Would you have a reference to Navi that are only in cell phone games, such as Hat or Tosh? Maybe. Again, there's a lot of things we could reference, but we can't overload a game's references either. So there's room, but I'm not saying there is. I'm not saying there isn't.
Hey, I gotta step out for a bit, guys. I'll be back though.
All right. When's it gonna take a take 5?
Actually, it might be 10. I don't know, but you get the point.
Adam, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. In case one of us has to leave, you have to take over because, I might get thirsty or something, and these questions are really hell in my throat here.
All right.
Anyways, you want to take over the next few questions? It should be your turn.
Yeah, sure. Let's see here. Are you going to change the look of LAN and others? Little bit, maybe make them look a little bit slightly older.
Well, yeah. Well, I think we tried doing that earlier. We tried getting them a new set, but then we were caught between like, do you want them to be immersive or do we want to be so new? We were not sure if we wanted to have it be nostalgic or have like just to have the feel of Banner games or have something new. It's not something we're not opposed to doing, but it's something we're unsure about. I mean, you have to take like a huge vote on that, and that's something that requires a lot of voting and a lot of decision making. It's not going to be easy to decide that. So will Speedy Dave be getting his revenge in this game? Omega Star Force, I won't be saying because we haven't spoiled how it's going to work, and I don't think I want to spoil a bit how it works because it was censored when when DSH went to tell about it. It was censored, so I don't know if I want to say it either. But how it's going to work is he's going to use his Mega Man's memories to get his powers. So the net operators of the navies you're getting the metals from may or may not be in based on that. Okay, next question. You can ask the question you want to. And there's music questions, there's plot questions, programming questions. You guys can ask, all that. Come on. Well, I guess we'll have a matrix this week. This is the time for me to ask you guys a question, actually. Hold on. I'm going to ask you guys a question. What is your opinion on the Banner freestyle maps? Like, if you look on Facebook, we posted a screenshot of how the Banner freestyle maps would go. What's your guys' opinion on that? Honest opinion. I don't know. I don't like self-insert characters. I don't want any of those. No, we will not put ourselves in the game. No.
Yeah, cyber beats are not happening in our game.
I mean, Star Force. I don't like to lick things here, and my net won't really allow it. So can you just go to Facebook and just scroll down really quick in the album or something? No, Tyler, we made like a Banner 3 style map, and we had it on Facebook. We posted it there, and we wanted the opinion. If you like that, you like the BN6. So we want to know if you guys like that. If you guys like that better than Banner 6 maps. So, you don't have to answer it right now, I guess, but you can just go on Facebook and look it up, and look on our profile, and you'll see a Banner 3 style maps. Yes, inevitably, as Brock pointed out, some people will like the old internet. This is going to happen. We're going to see a lot of conflicting desires, like I want BN3 or I want BN6. But we can't necessarily please everyone. That's good. That's just impossible. It's like politics. Or Matt's posted there. Yeah, there you go. Look at the link there, and then tell you.
All right, here's a question. What about an undernet? Yeah, we're gonna have an undernet in this game. I mean, you can't really have a battle network game without an undernet. I mean, it's been in every single game before, so we're gonna have it. We're gonna have that. Yeah.
Yep, I can already see there's a rift here. People like the old versus people like the new. I implore you guys, maybe if whichever style we choose, you get used to it, because it's like we can't please everyone. We can't conflict the styles because that's just not good, and we can't please everyone by choosing one style. So you're just gonna, if you guys don't like certain styles, hopefully you get used to it. Hopefully, you won't let that deter you from playing the game. Realistically, we just have to choose something. Realistically.
Okay, so here's a couple of music questions. First one is music. Are you going to post it on YouTube? Yeah, I am. I have to figure out which ones I'm going to actually post on YouTube, only because I personally don't like too many music spoilers. But that could be just me. I mean, I understand the idea of it's cool to see spoiled music. So I am going to definitely post some on YouTube. So keep an eye out for that. It'll probably be really soon as I continue to remake the music in the new sound font. The next question is, remember the poll a while back about the GBA music type? How's that going to go down? Like I just said, I'm going to be rewriting the music tracks with the new sound font. It's going to take a bit. It's not just going to, consist of me swapping out the instruments or something. There's other stuff that has to happen with that too.
You want to tell them about the other sound fonts you have? Because you only made one sample of all those samples you have. You could have made others. You want to tell them about it, or?
Right. So we have actually samples from Battle Network 3, 5, and 6. What you heard in the Dark Mega theme, that was the samples from Battle Network 3. I still have, like I said, I still have the 5 and 6 samples, so I'm going to go ahead and make those into sound fonts as well. That way I can sort of use a myriad of instruments and maybe see what you guys, the fans, like best. Obviously, I don't have anything right now to show you guys and to ask you, which one do you like best. But I will upload it to YouTube or something like that eventually.
Yeah, so when time comes, you might post it on saying, here's how BN3 sounds, here's about 5 songs, here's about 6 songs. You might want to take a vote on which one you like the best and which one we'll use in our game ultimately.
Yeah, definitely.
At MC Hammer Bro, well, I mean, I personally think he should be recognized just a bit more, but not something like, oh my god, you're a superhero, People are like, oh yeah, you're that kid, didn't you save the world a few times? Yeah, I remember you. Say stuff like that, but nothing like, I'm a superhero, bow down to me, that kind of stuff, I think that's a bit much for Don Rick. But yeah, he'll definitely be more recognized. Because, I mean, he saved the world how many times in the span of 2 years? 6 times at least? I mean, come on. You guys really like Neck Cafes. Yes, they will, but we also might think about bringing out Cyber Squares, too. They might even be fused, into, one huge thing. Will Charging and Buster be more animated? It says small little gathering. I mean, I scribbled, and it has to be BN-like. And BN has been doing that for 6 games, so, why change what isn't really broken?
Yeah, I mean, it just wouldn't look right if we did something like, the Mega Man X animation or something like that. It would just be weird, I think.
At Joey's question, story-wise, no, they won't be. Now, can we put them as secret stuff? Again, we're not thinking about that. I mean, we're trying to get the story stuff done and get it out. If we think of secret something when the story stuff is done. But story-wise, they won't be in Demo 4.
I'm back.
Will Bass make an appearance? Yes, he'll make an appearance, but not in Demo 4. Is there any liberation system? No. No liberation system.
Ew, liberation.
No liberation system. BN5 tested that, and they did, and a lot of people didn't like it, and
Really?
it wasn't done properly. So I don't think it was.
You guys didn't. A lot of people didn't. I didn't know that. I actually loved the liberation system.
I mean, I thought they tried something new. I thought like, okay, they tried something new. They're trying something different. I approve. I probably, but people were just like, I don't like it. It's like, turn based. Like,
I don't know. That was like
Battle Network 4, I think.
And Prof 9. Okay, this is an easy question, so why don't you answer him?
All right, where are we? Prof 9. Okay. Are different internet areas, not computers, going to have different music? Dungeons will have different music. There's not going to be like one just dungeon music that's played for all of them. I mean, you've already heard the difference between the Air Vent Comp music and the and Riffman's dungeon. As for general internet,
amp?
What's that?
It's the amp. Riffman's in the amp.
Yeah, the amp.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's you already know there's different music for that. However, there's not going to be different music for different parts of the for example, there's going to be the same music for AC/DC area as there is for central area, and I mean, there's no reason really not to do that. I mean, it's interesting, but yeah, I can agree with that. That's just
except for the internet, obviously.
The internet obviously needs to get changed to the internet, but.
But I mean, changing music from different areas is just like this. I mean, there's no point. The theme is still the same, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's all internet, really. That's the way I see it. I mean, until you get to the undernet, then it's actually. I mean, you can think of it as something different.
Yeah, it's like a dungeon of its own, basically. Whenever I came back, I saw a question asked by someone about the netcaps. Did we answer that?
Yeah, I said yellow come back. Those cyber scores might also make a comeback, and you might be have please make one big thing. So hey, I scribbled question. Will Lan's dad be fighting online? Says, well, that's probably he does. Well, Lan's dad, as I was thinking about it, Lan's dad was always more of a supporter. He was more of a scientist. Fighting it out. He's more of let the officials do their work and I do my part. So I mean, his role can't really change from that, especially since Lan has to grow up and do things. So I don't really think he should. He really should just be more than what he is currently.
If there's
Question.
an internet, does that mean Serenade is back? There was an internet in every game, so that doesn't really mean anything. I mean, unless I'm misunderstanding the question. But, yeah.
I mean, stop being an idiot.
Is Killer making a return? We've already answered that. We really can't say right now. Killer has other stuff that he's thinking about for that.
Yes, I mean, think about it. We all like everything. I mean, this one like this now, this one like this now. Just remember, we can't include everything because there has to be a limit here. We can't just. I mean, there's a lot of good ideas, but just because it's a good idea doesn't mean it should be in. There's reasons why things don't get in, and one of the reasons is you don't want to overload the game. You think about it. You guys have to download this game.
Yeah.
And it costs RAM memory. Max can reduce the memory usage, but I mean, if you put in a lot of stuff, it's not gonna help much if there's way too much stuff in the game. So you really have to think about. We're in a sense limited to what our own game is. We can't put in everything. Theoretically, we can put in everything, but practically, we can't. Just put it in that way. It's just not realistically. Is a new game plus? Currently, we have no plans for a new. Hey, you have to go on the game now.
Someone asked about Tor from Battle Network 3. I can't really say anything from the plot point of view, but personally, I would like to see him return. Though only time will tell on that.
Okay.
There's let's see. I thought I saw another question.
I thought someone said no. It's the question.
If we ask for more stuff, they'll take longer to finish. That's true because it takes time to program in everything. So we still don't have a release date, Omega Star Force, for the whole thing to be done. So
as for what we plan after it's done, who knows? I mean, just let us finish all this work first, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do next.
We'll figure out from there. There could be a lot of things happening at that point. Hey.
Battle Network 8?
Let's put it this way. Plot-wise, I'm trying to make this game as epic as possible. I don't like how Battle Network 6 ended. I'm sure no one really did. I thought it could have had a better end to the series. So, I mean, making Battle Network 8 coming after this climactic ending I'm probably going to have, it's like, what is there left to say? Kind of thing.
I'm actually going to have to get going now, unfortunately. So,
all right, man.
I can keep going, I guess. I mean, you can still restart the stream. I mean, if you want.